The recent interest of Silicon Valley in nuclear energy has been a hot topic among industry leaders and experts. People are surprised to hear about the potential for such a risky, controversial type of energy, but there are some good reasons. In this video, we'll explore why Silicon Valley is so interested in nuclear energy and what it means for the industry. As a timely response to climate change, private investors and venture capitalists have begun funding nuclear startup companies owing to the fact that nuclear energy does not contribute to global warming. However, this is not the first time that nuclear energy has sparked a technological frenzy. The development of nuclear power plants was initially a government initiative following the deployment of the first atomic bombs by the United States during World War II. However, the first nuclear reactor to generate electricity was built in Idaho in 1951. As a result of this discovery, multinational corporations in the 1960s and 1970s began building massive nuclear power plants despite the fact that doing so resulted in huge costs. Unfortunately, the 1979 tragedy at 3 Mile Island made matters worse as the public's concern for safety subsequently slowed nuclear activity. But why is Silicon Valley so hot on nuclear energy now? For one, the tech industry is always looking for clean, reliable, and efficient sources of energy. Nuclear energy fits this bill, and the interest from Silicon Valley is a sign of the potential this energy source has. Stay with us in the coming minutes as we uncover the potential of nuclear energy for the industry. What nuclear energy means to the industry. For the industry, nuclear energy could lead to a shift away from fossil fuels. This is because it is much more efficient, meaning that more of the energy generated can be used for power rather than wasted. In addition, nuclear power produces fewer carbon emissions than other forms of energy generation, making it a much more environmentally friendly choice. It's no secret that Silicon Valley companies have come to represent great feats of innovation, from the evolution of computers to advances in artificial intelligence. In fact, nuclear plants are often the most reliable source of electricity on the planet, providing 24/7 reliable supply. This reliability is critical for businesses in Silicon Valley, which rely heavily on uninterrupted power supplies. Additionally, the waste produced by nuclear plants, while still requiring special disposal, can be much less hazardous than other forms of energy, such as fossil fuels. Exceptionally, the nuclear energy industry is evolving rapidly, and programs like the Advanced Reactor Demonstration Program from the Department of Energy are helping to make nuclear energy more accessible throughout Silicon Valley. Companies are also exploring innovative nuclear-powered technologies for other applications, such as generating cheap, clean heat for industrial processes and generating electricity for renewable energy projects. It's been estimated that it could reduce costs and emissions by as much as 40 to 60% in the long term. To follow up on these estimates, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notifications bell, as we'll keep updating you with more content on nuclear energy. This could have a major impact on the industry and its operations. By allowing companies to save significantly on power costs, they could invest more in research and development and other areas to help spur growth. It could also have a major impact on the environment, reducing air pollution and making the air we breathe cleaner and healthier. Despite the potential benefits, nuclear energy comes with its own set of challenges. One of the biggest is safety concerns. However, buckle up for more of the challenges coming in the next minute as they're frantic. How nuclear power is changing. The idea of using nuclear power has been around since the dawn of the atomic age. The sheer potential of nuclear energy has been a major factor driving its development over the years. As a result, nuclear power has seen a tremendous amount of change and innovation since its inception. To start off, there has been a major evolution in the level of safety that nuclear power plants employ. There was a time when safety was considered only from a short-term, operational perspective. However, with the advances being made in the field, nuclear power plants are now much safer, with added safeguards to prevent catastrophic accidents. This is especially important in the wake of the Chernobyl and Fukushima disasters, as safety and efficiency are always top priorities when it comes to nuclear power. We've also seen a shift towards the use of nuclear power in other applications. For example, Nuclear energy is now being used to power spaceships and submarines, as well as to create medical isotopes used in cancer treatments. Challenges of nuclear energy. Of course, there are still some major challenges that the nuclear energy industry must overcome. One of the largest is finding a safe and effective way to store nuclear waste. Currently, most nuclear waste is stored underground in steel-lined containers. But as more waste is created, the need for more space and better technology grows. Additionally, nuclear reactors also often require significant amounts of water, a resource that many countries are already experiencing shortages of. Additionally, the costs associated with building and operating nuclear power plants can be expensive. Despite these challenges, nuclear energy is a promising new venture. According to Jacob DeWitt, CEO of Oklo, more investors are interested, more investors are excited by the space, and they're getting smarter to do the diligence and know what to do here, which is good. The bottom line is that nuclear energy has the potential to revolutionize Silicon Valley, bringing the region closer to its environmental goals while increasing its long-term sustainability of energy sources.
Ouch.
Nuclear energy is a crucial factor in Silicon Valley's progression towards a cleaner, more reliable, and more affordable energy future. Investing in renewable energy is not only an admirable decision for our environment, but it's also a wise investment. Be sure to check out more about Bill Gates' solar energy startup to learn even more. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay inspired.